What's up, everybody? Good morning. Let me grab some tea real quick. You go sit down and let's chit chat. Let's chit chat. Good morning. So, hello. So we've got a situation at hand here. I woke up this morning and I was bombarded with tons of media feed on Justin Trudeau, um, and how he banned AR-15s, assault weapons in Canada, and how he's given them 2 years amnesty, maybe to turn everything in to come clean with whatever it is. I don't know. But it's ironic that all this is happening at the same time that he was found directly tied to the Wuhan lab stuff for the coronavirus, and how the Conservative Party in Canada has come forward with a whole document full of the transcript and everything that's happened or whatever it is between him and his partners with this Wuhan stuff and this coronavirus stuff. Well, they expose all that, and he's trying to hide from that. Even sued somebody that said they were going to come forward and press him based on his corruption with the coronavirus stuff and the Wuhan stuff and the lab and virology experts that he's tied to. Now, all of a sudden, we find out today that he's starting to ban, or he has banned AR-15s in Canada. You see what's going on? Do you honestly see what's going on right now? All of this stuff is starting to open up like a blooming onion. And it's just, they're just picking it apart now. And they're basically slowly revealing everything that's going on to you. And basically spitting in your face saying, what are you going to do about it? We're going to take your guns away from you. And now you're finding out all the corruption and stuff that we've done and how we've purposely killed people and released a virus and had something to do with releasing a virus. And you're going to be okay with it because that's just how it is. You know, it's one of those things where, what do you do? What's the next step? Is the Conservative Party, the Independent Party, strong enough to put pressure on the Democratic Party to push these people out? The Republican Party has now put so much pressure on Nikki Haley because she ain't going to win anything to go ahead and drop out and stop being a nuisance so Trump can get all the attention. Is Trump the answer? I mean, I know what I'm voting for. It's definitely going to be Trump. There's a women's political party here in Illinois that it's the Conservative Republican Party of women, and they have a pretty decent sized following that I'm going to drop the pictures of their flyer in the community chat. If any of you are interested in Illinois and you are interested in being a part of the women's Conservative Republican Party, you'll have access to that. They asked me to at least speak about that so they can get the information out more because Illinois is starting to change. It's been changing, but it's really starting to change. And most of the people that were Democratic here are not going to be voting Democratic this year. They're going to be voting Conservative. And they've already come out in the communities and had speeches and everything else that they are not going to support the Democratic Party at all this year in the election. So I will be dropping their flyer in the community chat for anybody that's interested there. The other thing that's come out recently is the fact that from January of 23 to December of 23, the Biden administration has brought in 320,000 illegals on planes through a program that they created at the beginning of 23 that would allow them to work here for 2 years, to do everything legally for 2 years, and hopefully by then obtain rights to stay in the United States before all of this new push of the illegals came in. So there's more here than what we actually thought. It's supposed to be like 7.2 million illegals since all this kicked off. And they're thinking that that's probably way too low. It's probably closer to 10 million overall. and 320,000 flown under the radar on some type of private aircraft, military aircraft in 23. And that all just came out. Nobody knew about that. How is this okay? I don't understand how this is even supposed to be ethical, logical. I don't think anybody, no matter what political party that you follow, would think that this is okay. I don't understand why people in the United States together are not everybody picking a date and going to their city hall, their town hall, something, and pressing these people to do something about this. We're not leaving until something's done. It's to a point, right? And on top of all that, banning guns. Now, Illinois has pushed for this assault weapons ban. Canada has now banned assault weapons, AR-15s. And the reporter in the audience, when they were asking Trudeau what was going on, she says, well, what about handguns? Because you're banning AR-15s, but handguns are like the leading cause of death in Canada. And he was like, well, basically, that'll be next. We're going to go after that also. You won't be able to have any type of device to protect yourself eventually. It's just going to be banned until we can get better laws and legislation to allow people to have these types of devices to protect themselves. It's going to be taken away from you. It's utter ridiculousness right now, and it's sad the fact that this is going on, and we can't do anything about it. We have to sit back and watch it play out. Because if we go to do something about it, we go to jail, we go to prison, we do that. It's ridiculous. I would love to see every single person that sees this video and more go to the streets. And you know what? Maybe sometimes bad things have to happen. Maybe sometimes destruction does have to happen in order for people to start listening. And I'm not saying that's the answer. But as we allow this to continue to move forward and continue to go on, and it gets deeper and deeper and deeper, at some point there's no turning back. And that may have been already. There may be no fixing what's already fixed. But you know, the people with the loudest voices that did the most destruction over the last few years are the ones that were heard the most, and there was the most action taken for those people. But the rest of us that sat quietly, the conservatives, the constitutionalists, and everything else, the law-abiding that said, oh, we're going to do this, and we're going to be quiet, and we're going to support this and that. Nothing got done for us. Not a single freaking thing got done for us. Nothing got done for us. While everybody sit back and watched and said, oh, we're going to be good boys and girls, nothing got done for us. What's the next step? Yeah, I see the comment. Flower Child, what state is that? My state just passed constitutional carry. Every state should have constitutional carry. Every state. I carry daily because I'm more of them than us. So my thing is now all the shit that's unfolding the last week and all the craziness that's going on. What do you do? What do you do to address it? Do you keep just spreading the message as much as possible? Getting people all spun up in their feelings with my daily videos about the bullshit that's going on with the politicians in the United States? You know, or do we start showing up at the city hall meetings, the town hall meetings and stuff and causing a nuisance, being loud and vocal? Like the people in New York are right now. Or was it I was in New York yesterday. You can see that people were protesting in the street. They had the streets blocked. They were getting in the face of the people going into these government officials and stuff that were going into the building. They were jumping in the face of the police officers and they were screaming, "You're destroying our city. Why are you doing this? You're destroying our city." Shouting and screaming at them, being as loud as they possibly could. And it looked very aggressive, very mean, very like the people were fed up and they're ready to just start throwing down. And you watched it and you were like, oh wow, yeah, it's about to kick off in New York, man. Something's about to happen. New York is gonna pop. The people are pissed in New York. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time before New York goes absolutely apeshit. Good morning. Sports are more important than town meetings. That's pretty sad, And there's still a huge percent of people out there that have no clue what's going on. They honestly have no clue what's going on. I bet you 75% of the people that come in here as customers to my business, they have no idea what's going on. Most of the people I have that are friends that I talk to in on social media and stuff like that, and other social media influencers here, they don't really care what's going on. It hasn't hit them hard enough for them to do anything about it yet. And they're oblivious to it. They don't know what to do. They don't understand it. They don't even talk about it because they don't know how to process it. And they just move on about their lives acting like nothing's happening in the rest of the world. And I'm telling you, it's really that bad. If you pick 20 random people on the street, I bet you 3 out of those 20 people actually understand what's going on to an extent. The rest of them are like, you know what? I don't watch the news anymore. I don't follow what's going on. I'm just not interested in it. When it's time to vote, I'll just vote for the typical people I vote for and be on about my business. It's just none of this has directly affected my life, so I'm not that concerned with it. And then the increase in the Venezuelan trend de agua or whatever it is, the gang from there that's starting to flare up all over the place. It was just recently that they had a news article where there were 4 Venezuelan men that had a home in like Boston or something like that, and they were picking women up from the border and bringing them to this home, and then they were making them sleep with the boss of the little ring that they had, and then trafficking these women out to. It happened here in Chicago too, the beginning of January or something like that, end of January. They caught guys trafficking migrants from illegals from Venezuela and other areas, holding these women hostage, making them sleep with people, and then taking money for the services that they were providing. And this is okay. These are the people that they are literally letting into our cities and towns. 600 migrants in my town of 1,450 people. That is sad. And they are all over the place. They're out in the country now. They're out in Kentucky and Tennessee. They are not just in any single sanctuary state. They are all over. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about what was going on lately. Some of you may not know, but that's the gist of what's going on right now. There is a massive push in change in Canada, corruption wise, and in the United States, corruption wise. There's a lot of stuff starting to unfold with the whole coronavirus stuff in Canada and in the United States. There's something that has popped up recently where Hunter Biden's laptop and information and stuff was. They had an opportunity to research the information at the time, but something was swept under the rug and they just completely neglected it, didn't check into it when they first heard about it. There's all kinds of stuff popping up right now that they are trying to create multiple fronts of covering it up so people don't understand what's going on. If I can create this catastrophe over here or this wildfire over here or this mass shooting over here, I can cover up the fact that we're talking about Trudeau or we're talking about the Biden family or the Wuhan lab. I can cover all that up if I create these other disasters like Maui and stuff like that, because during those times there's some major shit going on. Oh wait, we need to cover up. Somebody act now, and then they go act on it. Yeah, look here, not there type stuff. That's exactly right. And it's sad because that's exactly what's been going on. These things don't just start out of nowhere. It's definitely a huge distraction. They're trying to do shit with the food chain and stuff as well. It's bad, and people don't want to believe it. They just want to turn a blind eye to it and act like their life is completely fine and they don't care. I got to get started on the business. I didn't want to be on here that long today. I just wanted to talk about this stuff real quick and get this out. I appreciate y'all listening. Share this video with somebody, man. Make other people start thinking about what's going on. I don't want to hold y'all up all day and beat this stuff like a half hour, an hour like we normally do. This is what's up right now. This is the shit that's going on. Start becoming more versed in what it is and start talking about it more. I mean, get involved in what's going on and how you can make a change. Um, and I'm hoping, if this channel does get shut down, it is what it is. I mean, somebody said something about this channel getting shut down. If it happens, it happens. I mean, there ain't nothing I can do about it. Um, on Rumble, you can find me on there, Ford Boss Me 86. I'm on Rumble as well. So if you guys want to jump on Rumble, I'm over there. I can start putting more content out there. Um, and no matter what, we'll make it happen. We'll keep the content going regardless, one way or another. So, um, I'll check y'all later. I'm just trying to keep y'all versed, up to date with what's going on. And for those of you that don't like watching the news, but you'd like to hear from somebody like me that does pay attention to what's going on, that's what's going on. I appreciate you. Y'all be blessed. I am closing this out. Talk to you later.